I feel like the Jeep is talking to me. It's saying something if I listen close. Hire a real mechanic. You're gonna work whether you like it or not. Another day, another list. Time for us to finish our lights. CJ5 here. Today on Project Sullivan, we set out to fix our turn signals and our backup lights. What does this switch go to? And immediately get distracted by mysterious toggle switches that do absolutely nothing. Alright, mission for today. Get the turn signals working on the CJ5. Should be simple. Famous last words. Welcome to the wiring dating game. And on this show, we try to find wires, their forever connection. Let's meet our first contestant. Alright, wire number 1. You will connect to a mysterious green wire with unknown purpose. The rusty terminal blocked from 1972. Or absolutely nothing, because your original mate was removed in 1994. Well, folks, looks like he's going home alone again. Good luck out there, buddy. Let's do our turn signals next, because I already wired it. I'm going to have to disconnect this one wiring and redo it. Wonder if this white wire was supposed to go to that. White wire goes to this toggle switch. Okay, so the toggle switch is hooked to nothing. All right, awesome. I didn't disconnect either of those wires. They were just disconnected. Well, that's terrifying. Either I just turned left or I started a fire in the glove box. We're continuing on our electrical project. I pulled out your toggle switch that was connected to your dash. That has 2 wires that are disconnected that go nowhere, and then 1 wire that's connected to I don't know what yet. That's got 12 volts going to it. Okay, I might be going down a rabbit hole here, but I really want to figure out what this toggle switch was supposed to go to. Yep, this looks like someone rewired it using a fork in a dream. Okay, that comes off the ignition switch right there. I don't even know if that toggle switch is good or not. Put this toggle switch back together in case we end up using it again. That's one way to make a round one. You just squeeze the 2 together so they don't come off again. Pull this out of here. Okay, and then that end just broke right off anyway. But it went to the ignition switch, so we'll take that off. It was constant power anyway because our key's not on. Take this off to figure out what that's connected to. Oh, that's good right there. Look at that brake bolt. I don't know why our gauges don't work. Well, the lights anyway. Also nothing connected to the volts. I thought that might be the brake light switch, and it worked negatively, but let's take that off. It's not doing nothing anyway where it's at.
But just do it
Okay,
until it's all gone.
I'm going down another rabbit hole here again, Mark. Yeah, because I'm trying to get to the turn signal switch, right? So I figured it'd be easier. I pulled that toggle switch, which is connected to your ignition.
All these wires are right here. For the...
Yeah, I know. So I'm trying to get to those under there. But I pulled that toggle switch because there's just a floating wire there for no reason. It was connected to the hot off the ignition, but not the key. So just a constant hot going to a toggle switch with 2 empty wires. So I just deleted all that. The rest of the turn signal switch here, I think the flasher's up here.
Well, turn it on, you can hear it.
Well, I think the flasher's up here because I followed the 2 wires from it up here, and it's mounted to a cylinder on the other side of this wall.
Oh.
So I took the gauge cluster out, hoping I can see it or work with it. Nothing's connected. None of the wiring is connected on the gauge clustering for the lights or the alternator. So we could probably do some alternator, some power lights if you want for your gauges.
Do whatever you think is best.
I'm just going down the list. I'm going down a rabbit hole again is what I'm saying, like the wiring harness. Like I already wired the tail lights and I already wired the turn signals in the back, so let me start on the turn signals. But here's the thing. I think these turn signals have an internal flasher in them.
Right.
So what I'll probably do is hook up the wires to these and bypass the flasher. So the flasher's only going to work on the front lights. And then this will be connected to the flasher, but on the positive side for these.
And it'll still do it?
Yeah, hopefully. That's the plan. We'll find out. Well, I'm here. Let's see if we can bring these dash lights back to life. I need to make a ground here. So I'm going to take some more of our black wire. While I'm here, I might as well get this gauge cluster put together. I'm hooking up the lights right now. I could probably do the ground too, actually. Let me get another ground wire. Let me put this on here, and I'll crimp it. Stay with me. I know I'm getting crazy, but we'll figure this out together. Or you can watch and laugh at me. Then we'll put this long shrink tube on, which we don't need because it's a ground, but better safe than sorry. I don't know how it's gonna work out. Now, I'm not an electrician, so comment in the below how the correct way to do this would have been without using a bunch of resources. And keeping this as simple as possible. Well, follow me here through this. Let me solder this side first. So there's those two. Now what I'm going to do is take all these black wires and connect them to this right here. If you like this kind of shade tree mechanic chaos, don't forget to subscribe. You know me, I just assume everything, so I'm assuming the blacks are all ground. So we're going to make them all ground. This is for the lights. Now what I plan to do is wrap this here. See if this one's going to work now. Just going to go ahead and finish this off. Now you might be asking, how am I going to connect all these? Well, I plan to connect them to our headlight switch. Probably how it should have been originally. Now, how would I hook up the alternator? I mean the battery meter. Might have to come off the key for that, maybe? Okay, that should work. That one doesn't necessarily have to be waterproof. I'm just trying to keep it sliding down. By the time I'm done here, I'll have a whole wiring harness made. Okay, that one I made sure was sealed a lot tighter because it is a positive. We're going to put a connector on here so we can connect it to the headlight switch. We're still on a long list of stuff I didn't plan to do. Maybe you guys should have been doing the whole time. Alright, I just soldered that one on. The ground labeling is right there. This way you guys get a Gilbert's eye view. I did already have that set up for the ground. What an idiot. Now see, I have to have this positive different than this ground. I can combine all those, but not this, because I got to be able to turn the lights off. And, well, I guess the gauge turns off at the same time. So I would have to hook this up to the ignition. I'll have to think about that one. We're going to have this whole thing. It's going to be a brand new 1969 CJ5, dude.
When it's done.
Well, okay, actually, that is something to bring up. I'm using a 12 gauge wire for the ground here. But I'm about to hook up your voltage. The only red wire you have here is like a 14 or an 18 gauge. Do you want to go at least 12 on that, or how do you want to do that?
Do you have any?
I don't have any on me because Gogo borrowed my car box and I haven't got it back. It's a little section that says dash on our headlight assembly, or a headlight chingadera here. Now when we connect this ground to here, all those lights should work. See if there's a ground already under there. I gotta make one. All right, listen, I know we've had our differences, but I believe in you. I believe in you. That's why I put so much work in you, because I know you can work. All right, focus, Gilbert. Turn signals. No more side quests. Okay, this goes to our turn signal switch assembly. Don't know what this is going up to. Oh, that's probably our flasher up there. Okay. Well, I found our flasher. How is that connected? In case Mark needs to know, that's what flasher he needs. My fingers tell me it's about a 3/8. I'm definitely moving this thing. It's lucky I didn't cut it out already. Okay, that was nothing. Oh, it's a bare wire. Lo and behold. That's awesome. Okay, so this wire here is our power wire to our turn signal switch. Never had so much trouble trying to wire turn signals. Have to rebuild the entire electrical system. I had to keep that fusible link in there, huh? Y'all are gonna talk me into it, aren't you? We need an actual fuse block. Just one day redo all this with actual fuses. That's together and soldered. It's ready to go back into the ignition switch. While I'm here, I think I'm gonna connect the alternator wire to this one. Mark went and got me some more wire. 12 gauge, so we're just gonna put some more 12 gauge in there. Let's get a second connector and we'll solder that in. Since I had to pull the ignition switch anyway, I don't know if I need to leave the ignition switch off or not though. It's kind of eyeball how long this thing needs to be. All right, now this wire that I was just making, we're gonna use that for our voltage wire. Let's toss that bad boy there. I'm gonna connect this to the ignition switch since I have the ignition switch disconnected. It's funny because Mark was yesterday just saying, well, one of these days we're gonna have to get that gauge cluster working too. Little did he know that day was today. I don't have enough time. I'm already running out of time for the video I'm trying to make now. That was not my intention. Like, oh, it'll be quick. We'll get this done in no time.
Wires.
Well, I think what happened is they had one problem and they just kind of Mickey Moused it to get by, and then they just kept Mickey Mousing everything, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And after they got done with Mickey, it turned goofy, huh?
Okay, do the turn signals still work? It looks healthier. Well, they're both working. Okay, orange is right rear. Oh, that did disconnect. That slide disconnects. Okay, let's check that out. Okay, I pulled the orange one. So it's supposed to be the right turn signal. Let's turn that on. Turn our multimeter. Perfect. So what wire is connected to that? The orange wire back here is connected to that. Whoa. Apparently it's in gear. I almost ran myself over. On our connections that we dead-ended over here, I happen to have an orange. See if I can pull the shrink tape off. Let's test this. Okay. Well, just to show you real quick before we do that, our volt gauge is working, but it seems like it's kicking with the turn signal. Well, that does not look like our orange. So let's see where that orange is going then. It's not going to read anything anyway if I don't reconnect it here. Duh. Now let's go try it. Still not our orange. Oh, it is our orange. Apparently if I just pull it out the backside, that answers my question for me. All right, so then why didn't it work? Because our turn signals aren't working. Now our turn signals are working. Now it's working. Okay. Man, I gotta stop doing that. Now instead of orange, ours is actually green. So let's get a little bit of stuff here. We're ready to start putting this turn signal together. Now it says strobe on these lights. I don't know if that means that the light also has a strobe, so we're gonna have like a double strobe where it's like click, 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 click. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. What's that right there? Let's take that tape off and see what we're dealing with here. And that is a burnt wire. Okay, we will be cutting that off. See, I don't know if it melted through the isolator, but it's garbage. Better to get rid of it now. Okay, so in our wiring harness, it's going to be green. What a cluster. Looks like we're working on a spaceship in like one of those B-rated movies. Okay, now in theory, if we put our keys back in, one turn signal. That's where we find out. Okay, we might have some double clicking there, but I'm not worried about it. It works, and that's what matters. Now we're on left turn signal, rear turn signal, which is blue on here. Blue. All right, where's blue? This looks like blue here. I wonder if I could just pull that one through. I'm just gonna cut it. I know I gotta bring it in anyway. Let's just cut it. You guys still watching? If you can even understand what's going on in this mess. Is that blue? Did I cut the right one? There's light blue. Is that the blue I'm supposed to be? Is that the blue I'm supposed to be dealing with? Did I just screw myself? Well, I gotta reconnect that thing. Should have been looking closer. So it's a black wire. It wasn't a blue wire. I was completely mistaken. But luckily we have some room here. Yep, that was our flasher. Back on working, just while I'm checking. Yeah. Now hopefully this other wire has a connection on it. I don't know what this wire is supposed to be connected to, but it's not connected to nothing. So I'm half tempted to just lop it off. You know what? Maybe I can look at it. Brown. What's brown? Oh, brown is supposed to go to the brake switch. I don't think I need that. Okay, so this is supposed to go to the brake switch. Okay, let's disconnect this one here. So I think this is our blue. Our left turn signal is working in the front. Now let's make sure our left turn signal is working here. Like I say, I think it's that blue wire. It is that blue wire. Okay. Where's the other end of it? Okay, so it's gray. And it's connected to nothing. Kind of like that little connector. I might keep it. Okay, so I'm going to put this on the yellow. Should be our left turn signal, which I got to redo in the back anyway. I can solder this together because we don't have to worry about that connection. Can I hold that there? Okay, that turn signal is blinking. And this one is not. Why is that turn signal not blinking? I wonder if it's this little connector here. There, is it blinking now? That connector is broken. I guess I won't be able to keep that connector. Whoop. Sorry, I didn't mean to take you all out. Let's see those turn signals work. Yes, that sounds like a functioning blinker. Or probably a ticking time bomb. Either way, we're going to call it progress. There we go. Nice healthy blink. Kinda. A little slow. And there you go. That one looks good. Righty over here looks like it's having a seizure. I'll take it though. It blinks. It does the blinking thing. Next are the brake lights. And right now, they work about as well as go-go after a long meal. All right, we're back from lunch and we're ready to get onto this some more. Sorry if the wind's bothering any. I'm trying to run the mic to keep that from happening, but as long as I don't screw up the mic audio, we're good to go. The last we left off, we fixed our turn signals. Let's turn right here. Now let's turn left. Now I want to get reverse lights going. There we go. I want to get reverse lights going, but I think brake lights are more important. And I don't know if our brake switch is going to work. I don't even know where the brake switch is connected to.
I don't know. It's down there somewhere.
Oh, I see it. Yeah, I think that brake switch is broken. I'll look at it. If that has voltage, we'll use that to run the power to our brake switch. I don't even know why I'm testing this. All right, well, it's not a constant 12 volts, so it's got to come to here as 12 volts. So we probably got to run it 12 volts to the switch. We got plenty of this 16 gauge red wire. We're just going to run that instead. Now, when I wired the other taillights, I should have came over the power brake booster here, but, you know, mistakes were made. We make the mistakes so you don't have to. But this time, I'm going to run this right over the brake cylinder and the clutch and stuff. That way we can make a harness that goes this way that never touches the exhaust. There's a little hole, I don't know if you can see it, down here. And we're just going to send this right through that same hole we sent that other one through. It's good to throw the whole roll so it just rolls away. Oh, not so bad. So this, we want it to come all the way back. Way back here, let's give it extra length. Boop. Oh, I should probably turn off my turn signal. That's what I'm going to send to our brake switch, or what I think is our brake switch. Both of my little red wires I can connect together and connect that to the brown one here. Then I have to send a positive to the brake switch. That's what I think I have to do. I probably shouldn't have locked that in until I know this is going to work, but yeah, I have faith. So I took this off the brake pedal thinking this was the brake switch, but then when I went to O'Reilly's, they had a different kind of brake switch. I don't know what this is. I'm going to Google it. Brake light switch or pressure switch, most likely from a brake or clutch system. Might be our brake switch. Let's see if it works. I'm going to turn this to continuity. Man, that wind is getting worse. Just going to hold them. Okay, so it's... Oh, that switch works. Okay. So that is probably our brake switch. Does that mean this brake isn't off of a Jeep? Maybe that's why we're having so many problems with it, because if you all can see in there, that is not the healthiest. And also, that pedal does not depress it. Or maybe it can. It's got a jam nut on here. I wonder if I back off this jam nut on the back. Okay, so I backed it off all the way. Let me take this nut off. It does press down far enough. I gotta cut the right wire here. Okay, it's this one. Which one should I cut? Red wire or the blue wire? Well, now it shouldn't matter which side we connect these to. Just trucking through it. If I could get brake lights, I'll be happy. But if I can get brake lights and backup lights, that's my goal. It's not electricity if I don't burn myself at least once. I'm going down in a blaze of glory. The smart move would be to take all this out and do it outside the car instead of under the dash where I just made all these wires. But we make the mistake so you don't have to. Not a fusible link to be found. Dang. Oh, dang. Alright, should I make one then? No, because I don't have enough little connectors. We're just going to have to bypass it. When it fries, I'll just rebuild it. I don't know what this wire is or what it goes to. Got another mystery wire. I mean, it's wrapped around there like it's something. I have a feeling this is something important. That's why it's rigged the way it is. No idea what this is for, mind you. But it ran within there, so I'm not worried about it. I lost my little eyelet. Did I lose my little eyelet? I'll find it when I come back, like immediately. I might have to go get a blue. I still haven't finished the brake lights. Mostly because I keep finding wiring I have to fix and connect the lights on the back. And I should have tail lights in an ideal world. Man, I'd really like to finish this project. You know how you get that itch for a new project? If you go to our community tab, I'll put up a test of a couple different projects we might have going on in the future. That way you guys can say which one you guys would prefer. Now press the brake. If I wired that right, we should be good. Are you pressing the brake?
Yeah.
Like the brake?
Yeah.
Damn it. Got no brakes. The key need to be on maybe? What about now?
They went on.
The only thing I gotta connect is, lo and behold, I've forgotten something. The dimmer switch. We think that there might be the other wire behind the bucket, so we're gonna try to take these buckets off real quick. If you look at the back here, you only see the 2 wires coming off of it. We think that the third might be inside. This is not the first time I've pulled these headlights apart, but with my memory, it feels like the first time. It feels like the first time. It's kind of been not wanting to do the dimmer switch. I've been avoiding it, and that's why I even forgot about it. But Mark won't let me forget. I guess he needs one anyway, huh? So let's fix it. Man, this thing don't want to come off. Do I gotta take this off first? You guys think I'm joking maybe, but I'm not. I really don't remember how to take this off. Huh. Let me check the back. I also don't want to scratch the chrome, even though they got paint on it. See if I can find a littler Phillips. Is it the paint holding me on, maybe? There we go. It was the paint, I guess. Heck, I might have Mark clean that chrome while we're at it. Is this our clue here? It's grounded here. One of our wires is bright, and the other one is dim. So that means our red wire or our black wire, one of them is going to be our high and one of them is going to be our low. I don't know what, that one doesn't seem like it's connected to anything. Come here. You guys got to check. All right, so we have this black wire going to this headlight and this black wire going to the other headlight on the other side. Why aren't those together if that's the case? And I labeled these before, so I didn't get them mixed up where they go. That's 2, that's 3. Actually, that might be a 2. Okay, maybe that's my answer. All right, let's see if those have any kind of connection anyway. I have no idea what this is. I'd never really seen one before in my life. So my plan is we're gonna take these off and mess with the multimeter to figure out what that thing is and how it works. Okay, so they don't connect there, look. It would make a noise if there was a through there. While we're there, let's check this one. Also no through, also no through. Okay. Hold it against the positive terminal. Okay. Okay. So that just better describes that I don't know what I'm talking about, because all of those are connected to positive, but they're not connected to each other. Oh no, that would just tell them that the circuit's good. All right, I think we're good there. I think what we need to do is disconnect one of these and then connect it to the other one and then run our dimmer switch to it to feed it power. I think that's all we got to do. Here's our dimmer switch. It's got 3. What is the 3 power going to this for? Oh, we might have to check out the multimeter. Here's my theory. You got the headlights going in here, and then depending on where it's clicked, it comes out here or here. That's my theory. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how that works. Let me get the multimeter just to double check it. This could also be used to test to see if it works. Okay, so it works, right? Now it doesn't work. Now that one works. So we got to run a wire from our headlights to here. Well, our headlight bus over there to here. See, our dimmer switch comes through there, but it's through the back side there. I don't know how this is supposed to attach, but I guess friction will work for now. Remember, we still got to connect our ground. All right, let's put an eyelet on this. That'll be our reasonably sized eyelet. With all the B-roll and stuff I took, you guys probably don't realize I've been at this for like 2 hours and I'm barely starting right now. Burst wire. But hopefully this goes pretty quickly. Oh, those are my famous last words. I shouldn't have said nothing. I'm going to be cursed. All right, we're back, and the curse hit me. I need to take that green wire off, hook it up down there. So I need to disconnect this headlights and put another wire. And we're gonna delete this green one, which that one is broken anyway, and I questioned its ability to do its job. This yellow wire, that black wire, which seems a little small, the red, and both red wires are for the headlights. So I've got to connect most of these back. There's our old headlights wire. That one was connected to nothing. Also connected to nothing. I don't know what that was connected to either. Just keep deleting wires out of this thing. Eventually we're gonna figure this out. Oh, you know what? I am gonna have to run that green wire again. For my running lights. One terminal's running lights, one terminal's brights, one terminal's headlight. That's what the 3 prongs are over there. I figured it out. We might be able to pay for all the modifications on this Jeep by just selling the copper out of the wire. It's got to go from the headlights to the headlight switch, and then from the headlight switch to the headlights. Dang it! Oh yeah, that feels like quality right there. I know that makes me feel secure about that part. Before you come back, can you stop and get me another 12 gauge wire?
A 12 gauge?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're getting ready to leave right now.
I'm pretty sure our headlight switch is done. So I'm going to take that and put it back. Every time I reach up there, I pull out a dead wire. Well, the switch is back in. I don't know how that gauge cluster is supposed to stay in, but it's there. Okay, ignition switch. I think I'm done with the ignition switch too.
Did you try the lights?
I have not changed the headlights. I have it all wired up to the stuff here. That's the choke. It was never connected. Oh my God, I've been fighting that thing this whole time too. The choke was never connected. It's just sitting in there. I wish I'd have known that. I could have finished that a long time ago. Oh, that turn signal switch, that whole switch just broke. Well, I guess the wiring will be ready for it. Let me see. Is this thing brand new and it broke? Oh my God, that's bad. I don't know if it was built out of Chinesium or what.
Maybe I'll glue the back.
It's not like I was trying to break it.
Right.
In fact, I left the other end still connected, so we know where all the wiring goes.
Okay.
Yeah, I got one ground to connect under the dash, then the lights, then I could have started on the reverse lights and been done. If their own wiring was correct, and I'm pretty sure it wasn't, the black is the brights and the red is the dims. But honestly, when it comes to the switch, it shouldn't matter. Black to here and black to here. In theory, that's our high beams. I don't know what it's supposed to be. I didn't look up a wiring diagram. This is just the way I'm doing it. Everything is soldered. Everything is cool when you got a good connection. Yeah, I need to work on that second line. Now our headlight connection should be done. What we'll do is we'll send that right here. Red wire here, and this red wire here. When you don't have, or you're too lazy to get your nut driver, just, get a long socket. Now this one should be our running lights. So we'll connect that wire there. This yellow wire is gonna go to it. This wire goes to it too, for the other running light. In theory, the headlights are wired. I can't test them yet. Actually, I could test them. Let's test them. Not that people are going to be able to see them on the road since we have a light bar and a winch blocking them, but your running lights are working. Now, in theory, the other headlights aren't going to work because we don't have the dimmer switch hooked up. So in theory, I should be able to do this and make them work.
Yeah, they're on.
Notice how bright they are. Now I'm going to do the other one.
Those are brighter.
So that means our 10 gauge is the high beam. Well, I got the wiring right anyway, even though the switch wasn't. That means I could put this light bezel on. Actually, do you want to clean that? Because it's got paint on it. Now, all Uncle Mark has to do to change from brights to high beams is to climb under his Jeep and hold the screwdriver. That's the highs, that's the lows. Okay, so he's got high and low beams. He's just got to lay under the Jeep while it's running to turn them on. Now, if I have enough time, I'd like to get the reverse lights working on this. And then we'll call it a day. Now, theory, all I have to do is connect the reverse lights to our toggle switch here. By the way, the only light that you shouldn't have on your dash is your speedometer, and that's because it doesn't have a light bulb and it's not connected to nothing. It's that old-fashioned kind where you put the light bulb in and then you got to screw it in and connect it from the backside. There's more blank wires over here. What is with all the blank wires? I don't know why they just have stuff connected. It doesn't go nowhere and do nothing. We have 30% battery life left and about 30 minutes left for me to go to work, my other job. Let's see if we can bust out these reverse lights quickly. All I gotta do is not get sidetracked. And I cursed myself again. All right, so I'm gonna need a power wire going to the middle one here probably. I believe this is a power wire that's not connected to anything. I'll tell you this, it'd work a lot better if I had the battery connected. We got power to the switch. Now that we've got power to the toggle switch for our reverse lights, I ran the white wire here. Now we're gonna run it down. Now it's time to go underneath and run this wire. So let me run this wire. I'm gonna run it with the rest of them. Everybody's favorite, wiring. I just hope everybody enjoys me riding the struggle bus while doing this. I don't know, a lot of people haven't really liked the CJ5 yet. I'm hoping it's one of those, it's because it needs to be in search for a while because it's got to find the right audience. But pretty close to getting it done. If we put a transmission in this thing, it's pretty much done. And a new master brake cylinder. Now the wind picks up right when I'm gonna solder. Every time. If it wasn't for bad luck, I'd have no luck at all. Must be the curse for God making me so pretty. You know what I mean? Okay, so our white wire is going to be a little misleading to anyone who's wiring brake lights, but yeah, just a hint, it's not a ground. Note to self, watch this video first. It's for our reverse lights. Hypothetically, beside the ground and a dimmer switch, and what else were we going to do? Trailer light hookup.
That way.
We're done with our wiring, our lights wiring. Oh, can you flip that switch real quick so I can film this? Ha-ha! We have them! That is success!
Which one is it?
So reverse lights win. What time is it? Maybe I could put that
Time to go.
ground wire in.
It's already 2:20.
Yeah, I gotta start picking my stuff up. I'll put that ground wire in later. Yeah, because these aren't gonna work until I put that ground wire in. That's for this lights.
We gotta take off that.
I'd like to take a minute to talk about the 1969 CJ5 Dauntless security system. Some might say it's simple. Others might just say it's so complicated. Why would you even have a vehicle that starts that way? But by not having any of the correct wiring or lights or, well, anything, you too cannot know how to operate your vehicle. It's like voodoo meets theft protection. A lot of times I can't even start it myself. Brakes, kind of. Lights, never. Till now. Clutch, spotty at best. The CJ5 theft prevention system, patent pending. Day 237. Supplies are low. We're about done, or wanting to be done with the lights on this Jeep. Starting a new day now. Hopefully there's not a whole lot to go with here. I do not know if I completely deleted all the audio off my microphone. So hopefully there's not a lot of wind to ruin the video. I'm gonna start off by putting the ground in for our gauge cluster and mounting the flasher. We're just gonna use a self-tapper. I'll take the rubber bit off here after I drill it, and then that should be good. Take the paint off this side. My plan is to throw the flasher up here and put the wire on, the ground wire here, and then the self-tapper through both of them. Okay, it's nice and solid. We got it ground. Okay, you see that hole down there? I'm gonna send this wire through it for our license plate light. Because somebody's insisting on having a license plate light. They don't think that they should get pulled over. Okay, so maybe there's some credibility to that. We'll make that white too, just because we have a limited number of colors for our wiring. Basically red, black, and white. Did anybody notice the mistake yet on me wiring the brake lights? Yeah, I'll probably fix that today. If you made it this long without realizing the brake light thing, I'm sorry. Or if you made it this long laughing at me because I wired the brake lights wrong, yeah, that was on purpose. I did that wrong. Once I got away from it for a little while and thought about it, it made sense. I didn't tell you guys, but we're not going to be able to get a dimmer anytime soon. We have to order it from the land of fruits and nuts. Some people call it California. So here's our license plate light. We just got a magnet to hold them into place for now. Okay, so brown is our tail light. I'm gonna hook up our license plate light to that. I made the wire long enough to where it's ready for the roof already, dude. Now to do the one thing I have left to do.
What's that?
fix the brake lights. I did them wrong. I realized it yesterday or the day before, so I gotta fix them. This yellow wire needs to come off, and it needs to go to the white wire. Yeah, I realized it was wrong, and I gotta fix it. The brake light needs to go with the turn signal. It's rush time, rushing through, rush time, I'm rushing through. All right, I gotta do this side, and then I gotta do the other side, and then we're done. Yeah, because I had the turn signal set up to the strobe function, not realizing that then I had the brake wire routed differently too. So, plus it wasn't gonna work for the trailer lights if we did it that way. It gets everything confused. So I just had to fix it. Sometimes you just gotta suck it up, realize you screwed up, and fix it. Today we set out to fix our turn signals and our reverse lights. Wiring ghosts, rogue switches, emotional conversation with the light system that seems to not want to work at all. Just another day on a Craigslist Dark Side Dauntless Jeep. If you've been watching this long, you might as well subscribe. Don't wait for opportunity, create it.